Porsche has a long tradition of removing the roof from cars. The first ever Porsche, the 356, was a roadster. 1 in 3 Porsche sports cars sold globally are open-topped, and a Cabriolet has been a staple of the 911 lineup since 1982. And now the 992 gets that roof-off treatment, and UK buyers can't get enough of them. But will a 911 without a roof lose all the dynamics of its class-leading coupe cousin? And is a Cabriolet any advantage here where it rains? A lot. Well, why not join me, Roger Bailey, to find out.
And just before we treat ourselves to a drive, we must just take a moment or two to thank Porsche Centre Chester for kindly providing this rather special car. Thanks again for this one, guys. And being a 992, this 911 is not only special for being a convertible, it's significant for being the 8th version in a uniquely long 56-year model run. And this 911 version 8 is entirely new from the ground to that roof. However, at first glance, some say they can't tell the difference between this and the old one. But look again and we can see that Porsche designers have toiled for years, evolving this shape and bestowing beauty into the details. They've ensured it's better built, encompasses the very latest in car technology, while at the same time being safer and faster than ever before. The 992 was conceived from the very beginning to have a roofless variant, and much of the designer's work to maintain the necessary rigidity lies unseen. Die-cast aluminium forms structural components, while chassis members are extruded aluminium, giving all the integrity and solidity we expect of a Porsche. Being a close sibling to the coupe, our Cabriolet simply has to be a sports car that's utterly sublime to drive, while at the same time being functional and easy to live with. In other words, it has to be indistinguishable from the coupe, and, well, in a moment or two, we're going to be the judge of that. But for now, let's just spend a moment or two gazing upon a masterful reinvention of an automotive icon. In some ways, our 911 looks at its best with the roof raised. The top of the windscreen is so low and the window line so shallow that it looks as sleek and as low slung as one of Porsche's Speedsters models, while at the back that roof tapers seamlessly into the rear bodywork. Then touch one button on the key for a synchronized moment of theatre. Count to 12 and the fabric covered magnesium panelled roof is whisked away, revealing a handsome convertible sports car. It's obvious by its low purposeful stance that this car means business. I love the new bonnet lines, the numerous neat details such as these door handles, and the whole of the side profile which has been carefully massaged by those designers. But to my eyes, it's at the back where those designers were most challenged in containing that rear-mounted flat-six motor and its huge particulate filter exhaust system, causing the rear of 992s to be, well, slightly buxom. But look again at our car, and we can see it has the optional £2,800 sport design package. To the front, this sport design package is unnecessary as the standard design is pretty much spot on. But to my eyes, it's the rear that's improved by this style pack by raising the number plate and diminishing some of that bulk and generally creating a touch more panache. It's exciting just looking at this car, never mind the anticipation of actually getting in and going for a drive. And the pleasure that's derived from the simple process of driving one of the world's greatest cars, well, this is something that's just about unquantifiable. The unique satisfaction one gets from the steering feedback, the throttle response, the braking can only be experienced and not really described, meaning if you ever get the chance to get yourself behind the wheel of a Porsche 992, you must take that opportunity with both hands. It's not just that it has great power and acceleration, I mean an electric car has all of that. It's the way a 992 under your precise control harnesses and moderates the magnitude of that mighty Porsche engine, a process that can excite your very soul. So while we idly sit here in this remote part of the world, engine ticking over, why don't we just, well, place our left foot on the brake pedal and click our 8-speed PDK gearbox into drive, rotate the chrono switch into Sport Plus mode, carry out pre-launch observations, flatten that right pedal into the carpet and release that brake. Our mighty engine bellows out loud into the air, a huge hit of 391 pound-feet of torque and 450 brake horsepower instantaneously get to work on those huge new 21-inch wheels, and our 992 hits 60 miles per hour in a roaring 3.4 seconds. And the in-gear performance impresses even more. Mash that pedal from 30 miles per hour and discover there's no turbo lag, just instantaneous missile mode. Think I'm exaggerating? Well, like I say, you just get yourself behind the wheel of one of these things. While convertibles add a whole extra option and open-air dimension to your driving pleasure, they have been known to disappoint the most serious of drivers when they compare them to their equivalent hardtop versions. But this Cabriolet breaks that stereotype. I doubt even Walter Rall could tell this Cabriolet apart from the Coupe. It really is that good. And so there are now fewer reasons not to buy a 911 Cabriolet than at any point in its long history. Its roofline is more attractive, refinement with the roof in position is superb, and the structure is entirely rigid. The only criticism is that none of this comes cheap. Even the base models will hit 6 figures once you've added a handful of options, which is why I hear people ask, is the 992 value for money? And my answer is, well, try looking for an alternative and it will soon become clear that the money Porsche are asking for this car is the price of resisting compromise.
The appeal of the soft top 911 is clear and obvious. Even here in the UK, you can drop the roof, enjoy the air and revel in that flat 6 soundtrack. It even does all the practical stuff a 911 always does. That it is mesmerisingly dynamic in that inimitable Porsche way was for me never going to be in doubt. That I found it indistinguishable from the Coupe has been a revelation. So if you fancy a 911 hardtop or a soft top, you owe it to yourself to take a good long look at one of the world's very best cabriolets. The all new Porsche 911 992 Cabriolet. So thank you for watching. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and comments are always welcomed. I read every single one of them and I'll reply to most. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, and if you hit this little notification bell, I'll send you another video.